Hi everyone. We'll give it another like 30 seconds for people to come. Um, but I hope you're all well. Maybe you can pop in the chat um just who's here. It's nice to know. Nice to see names beyond the YouTube screen. Yeah, and then we'll get going in just a minute. So just take some time to settle down to get ready. Okay, I'll just explain the class a bit, and then if anyone else is joining, um, I can go through it with them. So as always, we're going to do morning Shona. We're going to do a bit of breath work to start and kind of just settling the emotions and just getting into it. We'll do some written tasks, we'll meditate, and we'll reflect at the end. So the theme of today I want to focus on is direction and what you want to manifest kind of within that. Yeah, because I think with everything that's going on right now and that things are opening back up and we can sit inside again and it's all these really exciting things, and maybe you can feel like your life is going in loads of different directions, but maybe how can we um almost steer that in the direction that we want to go, or into a future that we want to manifest, that we want to make happen. So I'm going to do a little bit about that today. Okay, maybe we'll get going. Yeah, I think we'll get started. So if you can have your pen and paper ready at one side, we'll do that in just a minute. And wherever you are, just finding somewhere comfortable to sit. Maybe you're on your bed, maybe you're on your floor, maybe you're on a chair, maybe you're against a wall, wherever you are. Find that comfy place to sit. And we're just going to actually just roll the neck a few times. So we're just going to drop the chin and just circle the neck a few times in one direction. And let's go the other direction. Rolling the head up. We're going to inhale, roll the shoulders up. Exhale, roll the shoulders down. Inhale, roll them up. Exhale, roll them down. One more time. Inhale, roll them up. Exhale, roll them down. And just settling down wherever you are. And just closing the eyes down. Lovely. So while we're sat here with our eyes shut, I want you just to notice how you're feeling this morning. Maybe how your morning's been so far. Or if you're doing the class later, how your day has been. Maybe you've just woken up. Maybe you've been up for hours and saw the beautiful sunrise. Maybe you've been already out and about and doing things, or maybe you haven't done anything. And that's okay. Just noticing how you're feeling and maybe how your day has been so far, or your morning. And then taking a minute to notice how you're feeling emotionally. So are you feeling a bit tired or frustrated, or maybe you're feeling quite excited for the day, or happy, or anything in between? Right, and then let's take a moment to notice how our body's feeling. We just moved our bodies a little bit, very small amount of moving the neck and the shoulders and just connecting to our breath. How did it feel? Did it feel like, oh God, I really needed that this morning? Or did it feel um, quite nice and loose? Or maybe it felt quite tight? Just noticing how your body is feeling. We can do a quick scan from the top of the head all the way to the feet. So just noticing how your head's feeling on your spine. Maybe you feel like you're sitting quite far forward. Maybe you can sit a little bit more back. How is your neck feeling? And your shoulders, your arms, about your elbows and your wrists and your hands. How's your chest feeling? And your back space? What about your sides and your belly? How's your pelvis, that big part of the body that holds so much and holds us upright and that we're sitting on right now? How's your pelvis? How's your hips and your legs? How about your knees and your ankles and your feet? How is your whole body feeling this morning? Is there any parts you want to give a little bit of attention to? You just want to maybe roll them out or sit up a little bit more straight? Or maybe you want to focus on breathing into it. Just take a minute to give some attention to those parts that maybe need it a little bit more. Lovely. And let's move a little bit more inward and notice how our breath is feeling today. How's your breath? Is it feeling, have you noticed it so far? Is it feeling a bit shallow or staggered or yeah, maybe it's already quite deep. And slowly, let's gradually breathe deeper and deeper on every inhale and exhale. Lovely. Now I invite you to take a really big inhale through the nose, biggest inhale you've taken all day. And I'm going to forcefully exhale through the mouth, so really blowing something away, or maybe imagining you have, what's a different example? Maybe a makeup brush and you're blowing away the excess powder. Let's go with that. So we're going to inhale through the nose and exhale. Inhaling and exhaling. One more inhale and exhale. Lovely. Blinking your eyes open, come back to your space. You can grab your pen and paper whenever you're ready. Maybe you need to get a drink if you want a drink. Okay, and if you weren't with us at the beginning, we are focusing on direction and we want to manifest as a kind of general theme for today. So with the written tasks, we usually focus on a theme as a kind of starting point and then see wherever it takes you. Okay, so for the first one, I'd like you to write numbers 1 to 5 on your page and leave some space beside them. Okay, so beside your numbers, I would like to write down 5 things that you want to say no to. I think, I don't know, it depends on the person, but I found just from personal experience that growing up, especially when I was younger, I never wanted to say no to anything or to anyone, or especially in a work context, I was like, "Oh, I always have to say yes to everything," and I didn't really know that no was an option. I think saying no is just as powerful as saying yes, and it's a way of looking after yourself and doing what's right for you. Um, and sometimes you have to say no. You can't say yes to everything, which was a lesson I had to learn in my own time, which I wish I learned a little bit earlier. Um, but yeah, I want you to write down 5 things that you wanna say no to right now. And it could be like a specific thing, or it could be more like an idea or a concept. It can be as literal or as abstract as you like with these answers. Okay, so take your time finishing that off. Maybe give yourself another 30 seconds. Lovely. And for the next one, could you write numbers 1 to 5 again? Maybe you see where this is going. Lovely. And beside these numbers, I would like you to write down 5 things you want to say yes to. Again, it can be as abstract or as literal as you want it to be. I was quite abstract with um, the last one, more about ideas than actual things. But maybe this one I might be more literal. Just see where it takes you. Um, yeah, and know there's no right or wrong. So 5 things you want to say yes to. Okay. And taking maybe another 30 seconds to finish that one off. And we'll move on to the final written task. So for the final one, I think we've done this before if you've done my classes, where it's just I'm going to give you the start of a sentence and then we're going to take a couple of minutes just to write whatever comes to mind, just either carrying on the sentence or writing words or a paragraph or whatever you like. I think I'll put on like a 2-minute timer and we'll write as much as we can in that time. So let me get the timer ready. Bing, bing, bing. And if you could write the start of the sentence, which is I need. So I need more. ... And we'll carry on. Okay, I'll press play on the timer and go. Oh, and that's time. So if you can hear the timer. Okay, stop writing. Even if you're in like halfway through a sentence, I was like 2 words into my next sentence, but yeah, that's the automatic writing timer off. Okay, so you're gonna pop your pen and paper to the side, maybe grab a drink and come back to sitting. Keep hitting my plant and it keeps untangling itself. I need to stop doing that. Okay, so with the kind of idea of direction, I thought we could do the breathing technique we did last week, which was the 3-part breathing. Um, so it's inhaling fully, exhaling fully, and then inhaling just the belly, inhaling just the ribs, inhaling just the chest, holding, fully exhale, fully inhale, exhale a little bit, exhale a little bit, exhale a little bit, fully inhale. Sounds a little bit more complicated than it is, but basically it's just 3-part breathing. So you inhale and exhale fully once, then you inhale in 3 parts, hold it, exhale. Inhale, exhale in 3 parts. 1, 2, 3. Inhale, exhale. So we'll just do that once, and then we'll have a little bit of a meditation. So you can have your hands on your body if that feels good to kind of feel where the breath is each time, or you can have your hands by your side. You can close your eyes, you can keep them open, whatever feels better for you, but I will talk you through it. So to start, we're going to inhale fully, exhale fully, inhaling just the belly, inhaling the ribs, Inhale the chest. Hold. Exhale. Full inhale. Exhale the belly. Exhale the ribs. Exhale the chest. Hold. Full inhale. Full exhale. Lovely. Dropping your hands, closing your eyes wherever you are. Just returning to a nice, normal, deep breathing. I want to, while you're here, to invite you to think about direction and what images come to mind when you think of the word direction. Do any images pop up in your mind? Any symbols, any particular colors or shapes when you think of the word direction? So when I think of the word direction, I think of an arrow, kind of arrow shape. And I want to invite you to imagine an arrow in your mind, in your mind's eye. Picture an arrow in your head. What size is your arrow? What dimension? And what color? Is it multiple? Is it one block color? Is it a variety? Now you have your arrow in your mind, the color, the shape, the size that you've picked. I would like you to put it in a bowl and get ready to shoot it. So pull that tension, pull it back. Pick which direction you want to let go. We're going to inhale all together. And in 3, 2, 1, exhale and let go of that arrow. We're going to follow the arrow in our mind. Follow it on its journey. Follow where it's going. You're going to trust the direction that you've shot it in. Trust where it's going and where it's going to end up. It might not be where you first thought. It might not be as far as you thought, or maybe it's further. Following its speed and the time it takes to get there. Maybe it's a bit slower than you thought, or maybe it's quicker. Maybe the distance is further than you thought, or maybe it's just in front of you. That each of us put effort into that, into the arrow, into holding it, into preparing it, and into letting it go. And each of us put care into that, much like we do with our actions and our decisions and our life. We put in effort, we put in care, and we put in trust. I'm just going to read you a short quote. Sometimes the smallest steps in the right direction end up being the biggest steps of your life. Sometimes the smallest steps in the right direction ends up being the biggest step of your life. Lovely. We're going to inhale all together through the nose and forcefully exhale through the mouth 3 times and then open our eyes. So inhaling, exhaling, inhaling, exhaling. Final time, inhale and exhale. So blink your eyes open, coming back to your space. And we're going to grab our pen and paper and write down any words of reflection, any thoughts, any feelings, anything that's coming up or came up maybe during the meditation. Maybe you want to write about your arrow or the direction it was going in, anything at all. Lovely. And while you're doing that, I just want to say thank you so much for coming and thank yourself for coming. It's a great thing to do. And yeah, there's plenty meditations that are saved on the members page all the way back to June last year. It's almost a year's worth of meditations, if not a year's worth. And yeah, I want to thank you so much. And please like the video if you liked it, comment if you've got any comments or feedback or suggestions, and subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. And unfortunately, I can't teach Stretch and Relax tomorrow, but Taylor will be covering, who I think you all enjoyed when she last covered. So thanks so much, and I'll see you soon. Have a great week, everyone. Bye. Thanks, Shona. I'm going to end it there, but thank you, everyone. Have a great day.